So, last we played, it has been a couple weeks, but we ended in a rather high tension moment. As last the party was together, ventured into the town of Foxtrough to acquire some cold weather gear for your inevitable trip into the mountains. In doing so, there was an inn in town that you decided to stay the night. You'd get the gear, stay the night, and leave in the morning. However, during this time at the inn, you were interrupted by a group of very well-dressed and surprisingly charismatic group of gnolls that marched into the tavern looking for a certain individual. The shaking of hands and clattering of glasses easily gave this person away, who seemed terrified of this interaction. But the gnolls stated that they wanted this man and then they would leave. There was a bit of moral discrepancy between the group. Some people wishing to not get involved, other people wanting to step up to the plate. Ultimately, combat ensued, and with a...
Thanks to a conveniently rolled nat 1 by
Yes.
Drex, we might say.
Indeed!
But this brings a good narrative story moment.
Combat ensued with a few moments that were rather unfortunate, that perhaps persuaded the ultimate decision of just stand down. Drex fell in combat, but he was only unconscious. After this was over, the gnolls grabbed the person they were after, and they left, leaving the party with mixed emotions and feelings. As the night passed and the morning came, a dwarf awaited somebody, whoever it may be, outside of the tavern. I believe it was Percy. Found him first as he snuck out the bedroom window. After this meeting, he then snuck back up the bedroom window. Fishing out the rest of his party, you met with the dwarf, who took you to see a man named Nick. Nick had his own proposition for you.
What about Nick?
Nick's the prick.
He'd heard your tale of venturing into the mountains and seemed to kind of know what you're after. He had no intentions of stopping you. In fact, he encouraged this. However, he put his own deal on the table that he could offer you more information about who it is you're searching for that could be this potential third, final, and unknown underling of the matron, as well as more information about the matron herself. In return, he asked for divinite, an extremely rare mineral found only in the mountains.
If we can find one shaped like a phallus.
Yet another decision placed upon the party with conflicting morals. As you left the meeting with Nick and wandered the streets of Foxtrough, heading towards the exit to grab your horses and proceed into the mountains. That is where we pick up this week.
So are we walking currently?
Yes.
Okay.
You
We're
have-
still on our way to the stable.
You
Yeah.
have...
Just-
actually, no, if I remember right, we ended last session. I think you guys had already gathered.
Yeah, because you're asking us which gate we wanted to go.
Yeah.
We collect the wagon and our things and head out. That's what my notes.
Yep. So you guys have already gathered up the horses
Okay.
and are proceeding to exit through the gate. which, as you approach the gate, the edge of the city borders the mountains. And so the extremely tall and steep mountain cliff is, the gate is kind of crushed in between where there is a dip in the mountain that leaves just this little bit of a ravine of an opening. The gate is placed in between there, and it stands around 25 feet tall. Iron bars line the middle of it with a lever mechanism that opens and closes it. And this has been the first gate that you've come across that there's currently a line of people where they seem to be checking everyone who goes in and out one by one. As they raise the gate, let the individual pass, the gate closes.
Did we ever clarify, is it going to be possible for us to take the horse and wagon into the mountains where we need to go? I was afraid of that.
I'm sure we'll be able to get it part of the way.
Yeah.
Do we see other wagons and carts and stuff, horses in front of us?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for my character sheet to load.
Kai is sitting in the back of the wagon at the edge, doing that blank stare meditation as she's just staring back towards the city.
Probably sitting in the back of Drex, since that chair in front is much too small.
Percy's probably just driving the wagon in silence.
Well, how big is the front chair? Because in my brain it's like
It fits 2 kids. Because he added that one extension to it, but it fits the 2 kids and that's about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure in my brain I was seeing that correctly.
I mean, it's not like... Maybe the extension of a seat is smaller, but the main seat is plenty big.
Okay.
It just depends on who's sitting where.
It'd be the width of the wagon, so...
Yeah.
Okay, Knox will probably ride up front for once.
Okay.
If Theo want to. Or were you wanting to be in the back? Because I don't care.
I think I'll be in the back for now.
Okay, we can minutes.
I might get out and ox it later.
Alright. And we'll just put Drex in the back.
Okay. Sounds good.
So how many carts are in front of us?
You kind of poke your head around, kind of start doing head count. There's probably around 20 or so. But it's not incredibly long. It's about anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds per
Okay, so we got
line movement.
fair.
It's like a toll road.
Does this gate and road lead to any other settlements
Oh, excuse
that
me.
we know of?
So it leads to the entire northern half of Druskin. So
Okay.
over here, it's right in here. It's the gate is the only land passage between the top and the bottom.
Okay.
The mountain covers the entire width of the Druskin side,
Okay.
and so you can either go around via boat, which if you go via boat, there's only one dock, or if you go via land, this is the only way through, unless you climb over the mountains, which at your own discretion.
Sign your waiver here. We are not liable for anything that happens to you.
So, thinking about that, these other carts and horses may not be going into the mountains themselves. They could be going just onto the other side.
kind of
Yeah, they were
wait it out.
Okay.
waiting our turn.
It doesn't take super long. Probably 10 minutes or less before eventually your cart makes its way to the gate. There are a sizable amount of guards that are on patrol here, kind of heavily armed and in armor and as well as gear. Across the top of the gate, there's space where they have guards stationed on top that patrol back and forth with crossbows as well as mounted ballistas up at the top. It is extremely well secured.
Taking no chances.
And as you approach, one of the guards they're in like full armor, but they at this moment in time have their helmet off and are just kind of holding it at their side. One of them approaches probably your side of the cart. Passing through,
Yeah.
state your business.
Headed up north, mountain area. I forget specifically as a player where the fuck we are going.
You're going to the mountains.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
These
Mountains. Be dangerous parts. What business do you have there?
we've got a Goliath in back that wants to go home.
Kind of like pokes his head around Drex, like sticks his head out and waves. Alright, send him through. One of the guards, he kind of gives the head motion, and one of the guards on the side kind of looks up to one of the ones up top, and one of them up there pulls on a lever that raises the gate just high enough that the cart can pass through.
You just guide the horses through.
As soon as you guys are through, the gate folds shut behind you. A few more guards on the other side kind of give you the head nod of acknowledgement as you continue on your way. Very quickly after passing through the gate, you immediately come to a split in the road where there are 3 different paths to choose from. One of them keeps going straight, and then the other 2 wind off. They kind of bend to the left and right, respectively.
Percy will probably pull the horses up short and just looks at Knox. Like, which way?
Has Drex been this way before?
Kind of.
Cool. Drex, which way?
Where are we going?
Mountains, north. Cool, we'll just go straight, I guess.
Maybe you could use sending, get a hold of Nistoyo?
I mean, I could, but I don't think he'd be that much. Because sending only has a limit. I don't think he can give us directions in that time. You can head north. I don't care.
Okay.
Because it only makes sense. Mountains are north.
Sure.
Okay, so take the middle fork, I guess.
Okay.
Through the middle road.
Okay.
When you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you should.
Okay. So,
I didn't need to dig through my bag for a fork specifically for that joke, but
begin down the central path. And as you are kind of making your way, you are on the road for a couple hours, 2-3 hours, and the temperature immediately starts to drop.
I think we're headed in the right direction.
You can feel the cold air as the natural climate of this entire area is pretty frigid and frozen. Welcome. As the land around you, the greens and vegetation slowly start to disappear, and it's left with just barren soil and dirt, and eventually the gentle first layer of frost.
I'll start pulling out my cold weather stuff.
What's the way we're climbing?
Just kind of hitting the foothills.
You're on the road.
We're gonna start getting warmer stuff. As Drex looks at us as if we're weak.
Weaklings.
Percy, being a typical 13-year-old, doesn't put on his winter coat and doesn't put on his hat and gloves.
Naturally.
At least we're that far.
Which, at least one of the gloves will be lost within the next 2 hours.
Yes. Or have
He did buy 2 sets of each,
or have
Yeah, but you
random
put the
holes
fingers
that
on
appear.
both of them.
of half of them.
Or just have weird. You're like, how did this get here? I don't know.
So if I lose a glove, does that mean I find a Tupperware lid?
No, that's only if you lose a sock.
Oh, okay.
It transmutates into a Tupperware lid where you've thrown out the container.
Yep. Okay. Didn't know if that worked for gloves too, or just
I'm
socks.
pretty sure it works for gloves as well.
The gloves turn into stuff where you don't have a lid for it.
There you go.
Vice versa.
There you go.
Correct.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Got you, don't worry.
Yeah, Percy's just driving along very
Soren.
morosely, morose probably isn't the word, but very almost pouting.
Sure.
But not quite pouting. But you know,
Kind of like
he-
grossly. That's
he literally hasn't said a word. Like when he came to the fork in the road, I specifically said he just stops the wagon and looks at Knox, but he didn't actually say anything.
Mm-hmm. So Percy and Knox, have you both given me perception checks, please?
keys. I need to dig up stuff. Not bad though. My perception's actually pretty good.
That's not one of my skill monkey feats. I got an 11.
Okay.
Heck, my bonus for like 5 things is an 11.
Perception
One of which is skill.
is only a 6. I rolled a natural 2.
Okay. So, as you guys are going, your surroundings begin to open up a bit as the sort of valley ravine that you've been that you traveled through initially when you went through the gate has slowly been getting wider, and then going down the middle path, it continues to grow wider and wider until it has completely like opened up.
Like into a valley type
Yeah. Yeah.
grassland valley.
Yes.
Okay. But it's still cold.
Still cold.
Okay.
Yes. And in this valley, there's trees, quite a few trees. Not enough that you've like stumbled into a forest or anything like that. But there is a surprising amount of winter resilient trees that still have maintained their green. A lot of them have kind of that white powdery snow kind of mixed on top and in between.
Is it actual snow or is it hoarfrost?
Did you say hoarfrost?
Hoarfrost.
Hoarfrost. That's what I thought you said, but I
Only
wanted.
it's not W-H-O-R-E. No, it's
I wanted to clarify. I was hearing.
H-O-A-R.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure I was hearing you correctly, because if not, there was a joke that could be made.
But it's actual snow on the branches. branches.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. They're like the pine trees.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Fir trees, pine
Yep.
trees.
Yep.
Okay.
This is amazing, dude.
As you are kind of trudging along, there is kind of currently crossing the road, are two very large polar bears. Well, bears that have white fur. And they're just kind of shambling across, kind of looking back and forth at one another. They're like, woof, woof.
I know details.
We need to stop and watch these guys go a little bit.
Yeah, Percy will stop the wagon.
Okay.
Why? You can become one?
We
Why
will
not?
essentially pull the minivan over so we can sightsee.
And kind of trying to hope that we stopped far enough away that they will not find us as food. Horses are friends, not food.
Oh, the goblin killer!
Okay. As they are kind of trucking along,
Percy will take his crossbow out of the holder so that if they do charge, he can get a shot off if necessary.
Okay. And the two that are they make it almost to the other side, and they stop and they kind of turn over. And after 15-20 seconds or so, there's the scampering of
Tiny bear paws.
three bear cubs
Oh.
that come kind of
Bumping each other.
kind of plopping, barreling behind them.
Nox makes a noise of "that's fucking cute," but I'm not gonna say anything. But that's fucking cute.
Groan and growl.
Yeah, like.
This is interesting. I was just looking up speak with animals, like if there was a range for it. It doesn't give you, it just says self. So I guess I will just hold, not necessarily try to talk to him, but see what goes on, and if I need to, I'll try to talk to him.
Well, the grown ones have kind of made it across and are waiting. Two of the cubs kind of eventually make their way over there. And one of them starts kind of sniffing and scampering your way.
I was afraid of that.
Very, like, cautiously, but it's curious.
Drex,
As it starts slowly kind
this
of
is in your
lumbering
realm. What do we do?
in your direction.
This is new to me.
Ah,
I know what they are.
you're very
Thank-
helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah, very helpful.
Okay, so I can't shift into a polar bear because the CR is too high. But I can shift into a black bear. But could I have white hair?
An
Make it
albino
white
black
out?
bear.
Trying to blend in.
Have you seen an albino black bear?
No, but I've just seen two polar bears.
It's close enough.
Loopholes! Yes!
I'll allow it.
Trying to blend.
Yes!
I will wild shape into a black bear
I was
with
gonna,
white
if you
hair.
said no, I was going to say, well, at least maybe let him make it like a caster level check. Or caster check.
Yes!
So
My
I
inner
will,
Dryo approves.
I will jump out of the wagon and
Sure.
turn into a bear.
Sure. So,
Oh no. Can I make a knowledge nature check to know if the other bears would see this bear as a threat?
sure.
Knowledge nature? Or I guess it's not knowledge nature, it's just nature.
Yeah.
Or insight. Doesn't matter, it's a 5 on the
Do I
die.
have to make an insight on the adults?
Sure.
So it'd be a 9 for knowledge nature.
So, yeah, for
6 for
you're
insight.
unsure how the bear's perception of this is, but you can see that, you know, at a glance and quick glance, and from far away, he does look like another one of these bears.
Sort of.
But up close and really kind of looking, you can tell that the facial structure is a little different. where the polar bears kind of have the black tips on their nose and their paws and stuff. Yours are kind of that like faded brownish black, where like it looks similar, but you can also tell that like something's kind of different.
Yeah.
But
Here's an important question if we want to apply actual science to it. Did you transform into a male or a female bear?
Oh, it's a male bear.
yes, that's probably.
Oh,
I'm gonna move to in front of the wagon, in front of the
That's
horses, and just sit down on the ground.
That could be a
That's
problem.
that's a
Okay.
10 on the inside check on the adults.
Okay. Yeah, both of you guys are kind of just you both kind of give each other a look.
Like the side glance.
Is this a good idea? You're not sure, but you kind of want to see.
It's kind of like potentially watching a train wreck. You want
So
to look
you
away,
walk-
but also
what-
at the
you walk
same
where?
time you're watching.
I'm just gonna move to where I'm basically between them and the horses, and just sit on the ground in front of the horses.
Okay. Are you sitting on your butt?
Yeah.
Doing the bear plop?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you still in
The-
your speedo?
I've probably had it meld into me at this point in order
You're
to.
the Coca-Cola bear.
Yeah.
Wearing pants.
True.
And a scarf.
Okay. So
how are Benny and June reacting to
Benny and Daisy.
or Daisy? Yeah, I keep saying Benny and June. I should have just named them Benny and June. Benny and Daisy.
It's Benny
they're
and
kind
June.
of like doing like the
Anxious prince.
the anxious prance kind of like, but
Fuck.
they
They're not freaking out.
They've
they're not
seen
freaking out.
so
They-
much.
yeah they seem to have a little bit of trust in this scenario.
Situation.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So the cub that's kind of approaching, kind of sees this other bear hop off, and it like does like it stops and turns and like scampers a few feet back, and then it stops and
Checking you out now.
it slowly kind of starts walking towards you again. It takes a few steps, and then it also
I roll over.
it attempts to do so and like tumbles over itself.
Glad I'm in the back.
Ox makes another noise of, oh my god, that's fucking cute!
One of the larger ones begins kind of making its way
To go collect.
over, kind of cautiously, but it's not charging or it doesn't seem aggressive. It's just kind of making its way over now, as the other one and the other two cubs are kind of just meandering off beyond the trees still.
As the big one approaches, Percy will back the wagon up very slowly, about 10 feet.
Okay.
Just try to keep the horses
At a
a little bit
distance.
out of range if necessary.
I'm not moving. I'm just kind of rolling around, kind of playing with the cub, without getting like physical with the cub.
Okay. So the big one approaches, and you kind of, the three of you guys are in this like,
Weird standoff.
not really a standoff because there's no tension. It's just kind of you're all now in the same vicinity, and this one kind of like looks at you, and it like it is very unsure of what you are.
Right? Because I'm white,
That's a weird
but
bear.
my face is like not a polar bear.
Yeah, it senses the familiarity, but it can't make the connection.
Okay.
But it kind of walks over and it opens its mouth and it like roars, but it's not hostile. It's just like yelling at the cub, basically.
Right.
Wait, I should be like,
Um,
what?
Get back in line!
And the cub kind
We're
of
leaving without
frank-
you!
frantically kind of scurries back up and like begins kind of moseying back towards the other one. The big one kind of turns and looks at you. And just,
Blinks.
I'll just kind of stand up and kind of make my turn around and head back towards the cart.
okay. And it wanders off, joins the others, and eventually they all kind of like disappear through the woods.
So cute. I love it.
After plenty of time's passed to make sure that the bears are gone, then Percy will get the wagon going again. He's assuming that
I'll stay in.
Theo will stay in bear form until he loses
I'll
it.
stay in bear form and just kind of walk beside the cart for a while.
Okay.
Just kind of.
Knowing that he only gets so many of those a day and he usually stays in shape until he
Possible
loses it.
for the height of the cart and whatnot for head scritches every once in a while.
How big of a bear are you?
Well, I think bears are pretty good size.
Bears are large
Would
creatures.
you like assume the full size of the... Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh hell yeah!
He's probably like encouraging it.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Every now and again, he like when the wagon stops temporarily, he gets up to the back. He's like,
Because I mean, it's just gonna be natural reflex. He's just gonna start scratching the head. He's gonna pause to see if you're mad, and if he gets it out of approval or anything, he's gonna just like full on like head scratches.
okay. So, you have seemingly avoided any potential encounter scenario. Peacefully passing with the bears. Until eventually the sun begins to set. The trees are still in abundance, though you've been traveling for quite a while. They're still kind of everywhere around you, but they do start to become a little bit thinner, where there's more space kind of in between each one. You can kind of see longer distances. Yeah, you guys are still on the road. Trees off to the sides, either side, bushes. Sun starts to go down. What would you like to do?
Looking for 15.
Sure.
Do you want to make 2 different rolls or looking at 2 different sides?
Okay. Is it survival or perception?
Either one.
Ooh.
Boy, old Big Red is not being friendly tonight. 10 perception.
Okay.
That is a 23 for perception.
Okay.
Or survival, it's the same.
You keep going for just a little bit until there's a relatively large tree that offers plenty of space kind of underneath, that's kind of also being shaded and shadowed by a couple other surrounding trees that looks like this area would not only protect you pretty substantially from wind, but if there were to be any snow or anything that would fall, you would also have quite a bit of cover from that as well.
Well, he's going to point it out. He's going to say, does that look good, or do you want to keep going? Alright. Here it is.
Lighting slowly comes to a stop. Those in the back can tell that the sun is setting. Used to this feeling before, you assume that it's time to camp.
Percy will
Probably not getting that much warmer.
hop down and immediately start to unhitch the horses and brush them down a little bit and give them their feed.
I am probably back in regular form at this point because my wild shape's 3 hours.
Okay.
Who all has tents? Do we all have tents? Or do some of us not have tents?
Percy doesn't. He just has a backpack. Bedroll.
Do you have Kai's tent?
Is there snow on the ground? Or is it just so there was snow on the
You have
branches
tent?
of the trees?
Do you
It depends
have
on the
tent?
area. Places where there's
I do not.
not a lot of protection from the elements, there is some snow on the ground, but
I have a
it's
bedroll.
not so heavy that
I'm potentially
Like it's-
willing to try.
Gotcha.
We can try.
Where
and
you're
see
at,
some
underneath a
people
lot
in.
of
Just
trees,
a
there's like
very
patches
double
tap.
here and there.
Okay.
They can, the boys can use the diligent and
Just for
sleep outside.
Just for the chill. Just for a chance for you guys to stay warm. Because I only have a single tent.
That's because me and you traded.
Yeah.
And
Would you guys mind sharing a tent?
I have no problem with sharing a tent.
Okay.
I will attempt to use shape water on the snow.
To do what?
Just to make some things in
Figures
the air.
and things.
I mean, yeah, technically it works, yeah.
technically, there's a different form.
It kind of moves a little bit slower than you're used to. It takes a little bit longer for it to kind of gain. The shapes that it does make are kind of more pronounced. Much easier to tell what kind of shapes you are making. It just takes a little bit longer for it to mold into it.
I'm gonna take some of the snow and just have it kind of orbit around Nox.
You've become a human snow globe.
Okay.
Pretending that I have no idea what's going on.
You just counterspell you right now.
Nux, snow begins floating around you, and Theo is
Dum-de-dum.
doing the shifty eyes.
Yeah, that is a 3. He's very unbothered by this.
I would say you are more bothered by this because you don't know where it's coming from.
I mean, he's like, he understands. He's like around casters and whatnot, and also he's kind of just accepted his fate that weird shit just happens. But let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, no. He doesn't do anything or say anything to Theo. He's just kind of like maybe quietly freaking out a little bit, but he's like, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is cold. This is fine.
Look at Nox.
But
He
yeah,
raises his eyebrows. You see a little tug at the corner of his mouth.
He's trying to ignore it.
and occasionally he'll like swat at one of them like with his finger. He's like, is this magic? What is this? Okay. Okay, this is fine. This is cold. This is fine.
Would it be funny if I counterspelled you?
Would it be funny if I challenge you to a snowball fight?
You'll lose. Maybe.
So,
You'll lose.
Maybe.
I can't say 100%, but I'm fairly certain.
is there enough snow to make a snowball? Like, is this snowball packing snow, or is this like the light dusty shit?
No, it's
Oh,
like
this,
powder.
this
It's
is
like
the
powder
powder.
ball.
This is the stuff that's good for skiing and
One of
snowboarding.
these days we need to have a snowball fight in game.
It all falls apart until you pick up a piece that you think is snow, but it's just a chunk of ice.
Perfect.
Ow!
Perfect. No, I wouldn't do that to Drex.
We did that to each other enough as kids.
Sure.
Or
Well, that's because we put rocks in ours.
Philadelphia Eagles
We're down in the
fans
country. We use
take
rocks
batteries,
We had
make a
chunks
snowball
of
around a
ice.
battery, and then throw it at Santa
The
Claus.
city would pile the ice
Yep.
chunks up, and we would
We
just
did.
take chunks of ice and cover it in snow and throw it at. That hurt.
Or when you freeze the snowball.
Once Percy's done with the horses, he
My
will
room's hurt. just
climb
thinking
up
about it.
into the tree and tie like a rope around
So
the trunk
it's-
and tie it to himself so he doesn't fall out.
They're fairly tall. To give me, I'll have you give me an acrobatics check just to make sure that.
It's a nat 20 for a 31.
Yeah, no, that's
Can confirm.
Can't do it. Impossible. Yeah. No, you successfully.
Just like Monkey climbs up the tree.
Yep.
Probably gets up about 15-20 feet, and then, like I say, takes his rope out and ties it around the trunk, and then kind of ties it to his torso, so if he kind of rolls over in his sleep, he would be caught by it so he wouldn't fall to the ground.
Sure.
And then he kind of makes a little nest and puts his coat over himself like a blanket and just kind of sits there.
Sure. What's everyone else doing?
Kai sets up her tent.
Yeah, getting the. Well, of course he's gonna be up there. Like double 10 would be fine if you were sleeping out the cold.
Yeah.
Okay. A double tent to set up, Kai's tent. I have a tent laid out.
Mine's technically a double tent, but
You want all that room?
she's the only girl.
That's the next thing, is there anything? You're the only girl.
Knox is gonna set up his tent in case Percy wakes up in the middle of the night or later, like cold as shit. There's gonna be an empty tent. Just kind of settle in.
Okay.
Get food, get that shit started.
Start fire.
I fucking don't.
Yeah, okay. Oh, sure.
Okay. You have a fire, cook a little food, set up your tent. Anything specific that anyone would like to do?
I think we're all still kind of licking our own wounds, in a sense.
How big of a perimeter is it at the base of this tree?
The base of the tree?
Yeah.
Like where you're camping or this
Yeah.
tree specifically?
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Probably like 20 foot.
I was thinking about putting my caltrops out, but then I remembered we're in the wild, so caltrops probably doesn't matter.
It's like a 20-foot radius.
If you guys listen, you guys can hear angry, like, grumbling and a few things, like, softly hitting the side of Kai's tent as she's throwing things.
I don't know. You can always talk about it. Anyway, so here's a random idea. Hear me out. Have you thought about tying your caltrops together as a little noise maker?
I do have a bell.
Yeah.
I tried that one time. I set up like a... Didn't I do that? Was that in this
Yeah.
group?
Wires and bells.
Yeah, wires and
Yeah.
bells.
Would that technically work with caltrops?
Well, I think I did that. Like I had them like in a
Box of some
box
sort.
so that they would rattle if somebody tripped the wire.
Okay. That's just me thinking. Okay.
Where did my bell go?
Around your neck.
No, it's not on my equipment list anymore. I must have lost it. I think maybe... Oh no, there it is. Bell.
Oh. Ew.
Orion.
Percy wakes up in the morning with his bell tied around his pecker.
You said it!
I did it!
Through my pants. And my under britches.
Oh, God. Whew.
Big fingers. Oh.
Oh! Context. Oh, God.
Yeah, we'll get it out.
Given the fact that he's 13, yeah, I might wanna.
Well, so is Theo.
Technically,
Technically.
he's also that's a
Technically.
that's a severe gray area. That let's not think about that too much. Okay. Back on to
For about 10 minutes.
Jesus. That conversation took a turn I did not intend it to do.
Steven.
Okay, so. Watch
She
it.
mentioned tying the bell.
I didn't
I just ran with
specify
it.
where. I may have instigated it, but I didn't take charge. Okay. We need to set up watches. We need to get that started before we start doing anything else.
Take first watch.
Okay. Who wants to take one watch?
I'll go first with Drex.
I would take a second watch.
Okay. I can take third. Oh, excuse me. Percy will take whatever watch he decides to.
50-50. Yeah. You may just sleep.
Second.
Okay.
Alright. So, my first watchers. First they watch.
First we watch. Well, I watch pretty damn good. It's 21.
That's a 5.
I got it, don't worry. You're still distracted.
So, as you are both kind of sitting near the fireplace, fire pit, I assume.
No, we built a fireplace, Colin.
Drex, you're kind of more like at home here. You feel a sense of ease as you kind of like scout the familiar scenery. You're used to seeing these sort of really really tall pine trees, birds that just kind of line the area. The frosted snow on the ground, not quite as deep and thick as it is around your like mountain, kind of where your tribe is set, but it's still that familiarity. The every now and again the chill breeze, just kind of like makes you feel at home, and kind of brings you to like a state of alertness. You know to kind of always kind of be on guard. Kai, you're kind of every now and again you kind of raise your eyes and do like a quick 10-second look around, but very quickly you find yourself just kind of like blank staring into the flames of the kind of
Occasionally you can hear a mutter of whatever, and you can tell she's not happy.
Drex is the wrong guy to talk to her. Want to talk about it?
What's up, sport?
What are you doing?
How you doing, champ?
So, how about this weather, huh?
You don't small talk very well.
Teenagers.
You probably have a better time trying to talk to Percy. But even then.
You'd have a better time talking to Knox.
Oh, definitely.
You have a better time talking to a beer mug, let's be honest.
I mean, that's just any day, but that's besides the point.
We need to get you the flask of never-ending alcohol.
That I already talked about.
What would be funny if he's like sitting there talking to a bear, thinking it's me,
And it's actually a
but I
bear.
walk by.
But the whole time the bear's just been like,
Trying to with some other random druid who's just been kind of following along.
Yeah, it's the random hermit that lives up here, and he just needed interaction.
But,
Oh, you guys
All right.
would be absolutely fucking hilarious. Oh, God.
that'd have to be one of those times that he's on watch with yeah.
Okay.
You squeaked.
anything,
Yeah,
anything in particular
just the
you would like
image.
to do on your first watch?
When she's staring into the flames, she finds herself like subconsciously meditating, trying to like bring her feelings back under control.
No, he don't say that. He
Oh,
has no idea.
do you say that out loud?
No.
Because them's fighting words.
Especially when there's a monk right here who will literally knock your lights out again.
Well, I mean,
Drex is only wishing for a mug of ale right now.
I have a wish spell for this. Can I use the wish spell real
You would
quick?
use a wish spell for
you're kind
ale.
of doing a deep meditation, like loosely. You're not fully concentrating on it because you're still trying to be aware of your surroundings, but it's that like blank,
Pissed off.
yeah, blank, brooding,
Severe RBF kind of.
yeah. Drex, you're kind of looking around, and your ears kind of twitch at some of the sounds of the wildlife. You hear like the wing beats of birds as they. You see the rattling kind of in the trees where the birds that were kind of fly off. Sounds of like deer kind of scampering. You're kind of used to this, and your trained senses kind of internally inform you that they are moving away from something.
That's not good. Do I get a sense of about how close it might be? Where they were at when they started.
I mean, yeah, kind of judging from where the sound is coming from where you guys are kind of stationed around the fireplace, kind of where your camp is, it would be kind of towards the western side. As far as distance, you're unsure if it's close enough that the birds are scattering. It could be anywhere from like miles away to very close.
Kai, be prepared. There's something out there causing the animals to flee.
She just kind of grabs her staff and just kind of.
There it is.
Don't know where it's at. Is it western side, you're saying? Somewhere on the west side.
Which direction's north from our campsite?
True north.
Yeah. So.
Like camping here. Like you're here, Drex is here. Sound is coming from here. So.
Mountains are northward. Just keep heading north if you don't know where to go.
Kai's back to the night, she always knows which direction to go.
Yeah. Just keep heading north. Mountains are north. Just
Generally. Yeah.
we'll hit mountains eventually.
Or ocean.
Fair. Oh, get the frozen ocean.
That's possible.
That would be so cool. Fantastic. Awesome.
Maybe thrown in the ocean. Frozen ocean.
I mean, I would survive. I don't think you would.
Yeah, it's alright.
So, as you're kind of sitting,
Do a full bench.
eventually, Drex, you kind of pick up, and Kai, you eventually pick up, thanks to Drex's kind of mention. And eventually, there's like you can feel vibrations in the ground.
I don't think it's
That's terrifying.
minorly.
Where every so often the ground kind of.
That's
I wish I could remember. I've got an idea what it could be, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, alright. Yeah.
What kind of moon phase are we in right now?
We just had the new
Waxing, waning.
we just had the
The full moon was not too long ago.
So waning. Slowly waning crescent.
You know, it's the first time we've ever actually individually asked about the lunar cycle. Specifically.
Yeah.
I wanted to know how much I'd be able to see everywhere else based on lunar light.
Regardless of what cycle the moon is, it's bright always.
Even if it's a new moon?
Moon doesn't exist.
For some reason,
Because
I
I've
keep
asked about
imagining
that
you as an elf. I don't know why.
No, I'm human.
Yeah, I don't know why. In my brain, I just keep thinking you're an elf.
For some reason I have the same thought process.
No, I'm human. I don't have dark
I know.
vision.
I know you're not no, but for some
Like,
reason
I know, but yeah, our brain is just like, elf.
she's no, she's not. Because she speaks up as well.
Yeah.
I speak Elvish and I speak Dwarvish. And I speak Goblin.
Fair.
You need a linguist. Talk to this guy.
Keep forgetting.
I'm getting there. I'll have to teach you. Johnny.
Tell me something new and I'll be able to understand.
Ah, crap. Start waking the others.
I'll just kind of walk up to Nox's tent, knock on the post.
Wait,
That'll get 2 for
wait.
1.
So yeah, I was trying
What
to
is it?
attack with, I believe,
So now the
for warmth.
vibrations have grown
We get company.
louder, larger. The frost, the snow that's kind of sprinkled on the leaves of the trees begins kind of like fluffing off.
Well, we start getting ready. I start getting around.
As you kind of like are looking around and like passing through the trees, kind of moving
I don't like this.
loosely in your direction, you would see the familiar kind of brown fur, brown hide, long tusks.
I was right.
Of a mammoth.
I was right. That was exactly what I was thinking. But
You know those kids that you see like Noxus open the door and he just starts smacking Theos.
What?
Did you see it?
What?
Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it?
do I see?
He
familiar,
suddenly has reverted to like a 6-year-old.
Goliaths. Or is this a wild mammoth?
It is neither.
Oh god.
Neither accompanied by Goliath, nor is strolling on its own. As patrolling next to it is a large frost giant.
I don't even see the
Seriously?
frost giant. All I see is the mammoth.
As soon as you said it wasn't accompanied by a Goliath, I knew where it was going from there. Oh, goddamn scary
Nox
games.
goes from the mammoth to the giant and goes, gods. Fuck.
Kai will see this and she'll start trying to douse the fire out.
I want to turn into one of those.
There's more than just.
All you see
What?
is Kai like currently like trying to step under the fire.
You slowly see the frost giant kind of turn its head in your general vicinity. It reaches down for a rock that's in the ground and it
Oh no. No.
roll initiative.
Goddamn.
Steve, do you have the mammoth meat?
Yeah, it should be in the cupboard.
You should also have one. I know I bought you one.
There you go for me.
Mammoth?
Yes, look in the big creatures boxes.
You didn't even do anything.
I told you.
We're just for size comparison.
Are mammoths large or huge?
Huge.
They
In
are.
game mechanics, they must be huge. Yep, they're huge.
Huge.
Mine's bigger.
We'll have a group effort.
Or better yet, 2 mammoths and a frost giant.
You have all your video menus.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
You ready to see a familiar foe?
I am going
Yes.
to the bathroom real quick before comments.
Not foe.
Hey Troy, will you bring me back a Pepsi or a Coke?
Do we need tent minis to show where our camp is?
Well, before combat, today's combat is brought by nobody.
Today's combat is brought to you by random shit that we have lying around.
Because we're not a corporation.
Not yet. If anyone would like to sponsor us.
Nobody's complaining.
Nobody, it would be a discussion, but nobody I don't think would say no.
I just want to say that I was going to try to stop it after I seen what he was doing. No. Screaming no and giant.
Screaming, no. Fuck.
Shit.
Yeah.
Who wants to say shit and giant with me?
How do you say shit
I
and
will
giant?
always learn.
How do you say shit and giant?
This is how you say it. However I say it.
Nox
Shit.
will wanna know.
Liza!
Giant suddenly sounds oddly like German.
Yeah, wasn't quite German though. Wasn't quite German though because shit in German is Scheiße, not Feisse.
That's the difference between German and giant.
I actually got a decent initiative tonight. So.
I didn't.
There.
I'll give you. We switch initiatives. Not now, from last
I
time.
don't know. Have Drex go last again so I can murder him again.
I love the campfire. Awesome.
Well, I'm not going first. Are you threatened by me?
Are you fighting me?
I rolled a very not great number.
Yeah, no, it's not a natural one, so you stand a chance.
Well,
Bro, I'm trying to give you hope. Don't
I'm
downset it.
apparently taking the clericals for you.
Thanks, bud. Someone has to take it for the team.
It's supposed to be the cleric.
You said Coke first, so I brought you Coke.
You roll
13.
We got recovery.
So 25 to 20. Oh, I suppose I should roll for these guys.
Roll really low. Like
Roll
that
low.
one.
Roll low.
And that one would be perfect.
A 2.
Well, not great. Not great.
I'm okay with not great, as long as it's worse than what I got.
I don't think so, but we can aim.
I'm hoping. Not great is hopeful.
Did
Both
you
have
wanna
minus
take your
1.
candy?
I'm okay with that even more.
25 to 20. I'm sorry.
Negative.
Why one?
I mean that the GoPro is not working
15 to 20.
in this function very well.
15, 20?
16.
Oh, no, not yet.
10, 15.
14.
13. Percy didn't get the alarm being up in the tree, so he's a little slow on the
uptake.
draw.
5 to 10.
Got a 9. You were hoping, but you were wrong. That side tells me I go before them.
We got our wish, bro.
Yeah. Even though I rolled
That's
like a
everywhere.
cleric.
Theo, no, Percy, you Drex. Yep. Okay. Ty, you're first. And then Theo, and then Max.
Oh my god, I'm actually in the upper order. Holy
As you see the
shit.
frost giant kind of bend down and pick up a rock, you see the mammoth kind of like swaying its trunk back and forth.
Glad you said trunk.
45. 5,
I'm
10,
gonna need
15,
this.
20, 25, 30. And I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Good choice.
Anything else? Theo.
Let's see.
Well, that's not going to be super helpful.
I'm going to cast a spell. Summon. Summon beast. It is going to be a land beast. So it will have pack tactics.
Okay.
I guess it's a small creature, not large creature.
I got a different idea.
Okay.
I had an idea. I got a better idea.
Yeah, that would be a better idea. Yeah.
You know the other one I was going to do,
Yeah, let's save that.
Yeah, we're going to say
We're gonna save that.
that. Wait.
Don't pay attention to the side of the table.
Don't worry about what was going on over here. Don't worry about it. Sometimes it's like I need a camera right
So
here.
that
Cast,
is my
did you cast
move.
Summon Beast?
Yes. It's my move and my action.
What kind of beast did you say? Can I ask?
It's a chihuahua.
Yes!
You sent the Chihuahua to attack the mammoth.
So
Dude, have you seen Chihuahuas take on Great Danes?
is it male or
Sometimes they
female?
scare the crap out of them.
It doesn't matter.
They're so small.
Well, I
They're
just wanted-
so
Quick
evil.
question.
Is
I hate them
it
so
Bob
much.
Are
Barker?
mammoths like elephants, and are they
Sure.
scared of smaller creatures?
So Bob Barker
They're
appears.
related, at the very least.
Not this one.
Fuck.
Worth a try.
This one's trained.
This one, you summon this beast out of thin air and it pops on the ground immediately.
It's a bestial spirit.
Tremble, 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 shake. Tongue sticks out of side of mouth.
Like Owen did that one time.
Congratulations, you summoned an elderly chihuahua.
Anything else? Theo.
No, that's it.
What's his name?
Knox.
Burrito?
Percy, you're on deck.
No, his name's Bob Barker.
I moved 10 feet this way if I can.
Here?
15 more. Yeah, that's where I want to be.
Okay.
Can I see this giant? I mean, of course I can see
Yeah.
the giant. I am going to cast a second level guiding bolt.
Bolt it.
Range of 120 feet. I do believe I am within range.
No.
No. Drex says no. Dad said no.
That was almost a
And
natural
that
20.
you don't count.
Is a 15 hit?
15 hits on the dot.
Yeah. Hey, you need some d6s?
Nah, I got a
Oh, sorry, this bag is full of d6s.
4, 5. 5d6, yes.
Nice.
Not terrible.
17. I think. 18.
I see
Radiant.
18.
Yeah, 18 radiant.
Nice.
I
And
see 18, not 15.
yeah, the next attack roll will never think that.
So you fire off this bolt, and as the giant's kind of reaching down and picking up this rock, it kind of hits it in the wrist, lets go of the rock as it, when it's like, shakes its hand.
Yeah, Nox uses a
Percy,
He's like,
as
oh,
you-
no, you don't.
As you kind of
Try
like,
again.
slump, like roll awake from the sound of everything happening, you kind of look over from your tree and you're like eye level, like you're like 60 feet away, but like you're looking. This frost giant's like,
As there's a nice glowy spot on his wrist.
So this is going to be a very uneventful turn. But
fine.
he's going to stand up on the branch, which is a move action. As part of the move action, he's going to draw a dagger and cut the rope that's holding him.
okay,
So that's basically his move action. Standard action is cut the rope.
okay,
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to hide.
go for it. Next up,
So
too.
I'm trying to hide in this tree, hoping the giant did not see me. Eee, ouch. That is only a 6 on the die for a 17.
7.
Shut up.
Only a 7.
Hey, well, the thing is, though, anything double digits and above, like, I got a 50-50 chance of pretty much never being seen. Anything single digits, there's still a pretty good chance they can see me.
Okay. So you hide behind this branch as best as you can.
Mhm.
It needs to be good.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's move action, standard action, and a bonus action.
Okay. So as the giant kind of shakes its hand in pain, it kind of turns and slaps the mammoth with the backside of its head, and the mammoth kind of and whinnies, because that's what mammoths do, and begins charging.
Oh no, this is gonna hurt.
How many hit points do you
Hey,
have?
Steven.
Maybe not
I've
enough.
seen this happen before.
Right?
Twice. To the same person.
So I
First-
need you to make a
That was
strength
level
save.
I'm not terribly,
But still.
I'm okay with those.
It was a lot more painful.
As it moves rapidly toward you,
Mammoth
kind of
king.
swinging its trunk side to side.
There's a reason we
Ooh, God, no.
So many things to say, but we're in combat.
Why you need
I need that.
Is that?
That's not a good number. That's what that is. That's a 6.
That's, yeah. At first I thought I was misreading it.
You
No.
have a point of inspiration.
No, I've used it.
Did you?
Pretty sure. I marked it down. Yeah, I don't have it marked anymore.
Okay.
So is this
it-
mammoth named Andy Woolhall?
Are you sure you're attacking the right guy?
It's just good.
Oh, it's Tuskgutter. There you go. Oh no, Tuskgutter was bad.
So it charges you. So
This is about to
it
be.
knocked you prone, and then it will make a stomp attack against you.
No.
As it kind of swings and hits you with its trunk, and it kind of poof, and you plop onto the ground. It raises its foot. Ooh. 18 hit?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Just barely. I need to get better armor. I know what I
I'm
need
gonna
to do.
scoot closer for emotional support for our local warlock.
It's not that bad. I didn't roll super well. So it's 22 points.
Oh, not that bad.
Bludgeoning damage.
Not that bad.
4d10 plus 7. Yeah.
Okay, well not that.
Yeah, huh?
You rolled
I still could have
pretty bad,
survived if you would have rolled max.
Dude, if you rolled max, you wouldn't have survived another round.
No, not another round, but I would have survived at least the one attack.
So that's it. That's its turn. Drex.
Awesome. I'm gonna stand up.
Yes, as this crushing hoof of this mammoth comes down, you roll out of the way, but it kind of catches you in the arm a little bit. Ow! You roll out, kind of stand up, really kind of feel it in your
But
shoulder.
of course, in this one.
All right, so you made me change the place. Right here, there is a troll.
Troll!
A troll.
Ah, the troll, not in the dungeon.
I chose this for a reason.
There's a troll in the forest.
How big is the troll? Is it large?
I think, large. Yes.
Typically, it is probably a large human being.
I think I actually have a troll mini, but I don't want to look for it. So this is.
You know what's funny is the pictures that one of the pictures that I saw actually looks pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Savagery, sister.
Is that where you-
Savagery.
Is that where you spawn it?
Right there.
Okay. Drex whips out this book of magic, whips up, and this big, like, menacing-looking troll comes out. It's like dripping flesh, and it's like right behind it. It's just like
That's what I was just gonna say. If Percy wasn't trying to hide, he'd be like,
trembling,
"Hey Theo, Drax's is bigger than yours."
this trembling chihuahua is like.
You know what's really funny though is that in some instances of
All right.
TV media, hellhounds are depicted as chihuahuas.
Want to use my multi-attack with it? Does a 14 hit the mammoth?
14 does hit the mammoth.
Woo!
There's this boy. He gonna bite into the bad boy.
Yup.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's 5 damage.
Yup.
One of my claw cats, nat 20.
Nice.
Troll doing work.
Well, not really, because
Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad.
13 damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
You
minute.
max the crit die.
12 plus 30, 25.
Jesus. Your troll is doing better than you are.
Hey, I didn't ask for your opinion here.
It's trolling.
And 15 hits then.
Okay.
Woo! 15 more damage.
Damn.
Big die.
Troll doing work.
See, that's what I said.
Okay.
For once, this is a
The
troll.
mammoth is probably like, the fuck?
The fuck is
Where the hell
that?
did this come from?
Basically.
Did I just squish at him and he just
Kind
shit
of
this
swings
out?
its after like the troll just kind of rips into it. It takes its tusks and kind of turns and kind of gets the underside of its arms and it shoves it back. It's the frost giant's turn, and it sees this thing beating the shit out of its mammoth friend, and it comes kind of clobbering over, and it has this extremely large axe at its side. As it comes barreling over, it reaches for the hilt and grabs it and attempts to make a couple strikes against the troll.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the giant have stopped like 10 feet back because he's got reach? Because if he's attacking that close, I think he would have to attack with disadvantage if he has reach.
Or else I'm not all that smart.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this particular instance, I don't think he.
I mean, it's however you want to rule
Yeah.
it. I'm just saying, I think if they have reach and they attack.
No, it's optional. It's reach, so it's basically up to this amount.
That could be.
Where if you're in its face, it can still hit you. If you're 10 feet away, it can still hit you. 15 feet, whatever.
Okay.
So,
We're beating on its pet.
but yes. So that is a 22 is the lowest one to hit the troll.
Well, that hits.
Cool. Glad to have some troll guts.
No.
Hear me out, but what if? Yes.
I don't like this.
But hear me out. How about no?
Yeah.
How about no?
How about nay? 9. Next.
Wow. That's rolling shit.
Good. You roll shit, I'll roll good.
So the first one's 14 slashing.
Okay. Okay.
And the second one is. There we go.
No.
28 slashing. Okay. As it swings its axe and carves across it. But that's its turn.
Good.
So we're back to the top. Kai.
Guess I didn't need to run as far away. I'm gonna run straight up to this mammoth and just like start beating on it.
Go for it.
See, that's
The
why Pathfinder.
frost giant can't see no more.
Pathfinder, if you have one, and you attack like that, you take a minus to your attack roll.
I'm gonna go
I don't think you it does say though that you will need an attack of
It's an
opportunity.
11 on the
by
first hit,
people.
which I know misses.
Oh, that does not hit.
It's a 14 on the second.
Hit.
Minimum damage.
Which is
I think it's 4. I rolled a 1.
sad. Okay.
I whap it in the toe.
Yeah.
Probably didn't feel it.
Smack it in its heel.
Should I flurry?
One.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and flurry of blows.
Because remember, the giant still has next attack made against it as advantage. Cough.
But I couldn't get to it. That's a natural 19 on the die for first flurry attack.
Or were we trying to save that for Percy?
Probably
No,
save
you guys will probably be attacking the fly though.
I mean, what I was going to do.
Assuming the troll isn't dead, it's going to be within 5 feet. The troll is technically my ally, so I'm good.
Okay. I mean, also you have advantage to hit anyway.
Right.
For
Either way, I should be
5?
okay.
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 Because that's what I was
Wow.
banking on, is you would hide so we can try
She's
to...
not hitting very hard today.
That's
She's
what
not
the
feeling
plan
it.
was.
That's why I have guiding bolt if I hit.
That's
I
another
try
natural
and give you
19.
any
Hits.
advantage possible.
For max damage.
There
Nice.
it is.
There's so much
Nah,
damage.
she's
She's
into
just
it.
getting all of
First
the
two-
anger
only
is
an
now
extra
starting to
3d6.
pool up in her, and she's just like,
The first two were warm-up blows.
Anything else?
Cool warm-up bows.
good.
Theo.
See, I get validation. I don't need your validation.
So Theo then knocks him, Percy.
Okay, so the giant is within melee of the troll.
Yes.
It's also within melee of
Okay,
the
so I'm gonna look down at Bob Barker and I'm gonna point at the giant and I'm gonna say, sick him!
It has
It
advantage.
begins nibbling at its ankles.
The Chihuahua has
Ren and Stimpy.
advantage.
It does have advantage.
Yes.
It gnaws on it and then violently humps it.
Let's see.
God.
Is that a 10?
I think my favorite depiction of
Yeah.
Chihuahua and his
Ten.
hellhounds came from the TV show
So-
Supernatural.
Yes.
I've never watched that.
13 to hit.
Supernatural's a really good
Hit
show.
the mammoth?
I think
No,
it's like
giant.
right.
The giant.
That's pepper.
13 misses the giant.
Okay.
It couples a lot of like old folklore.
So it probably hits, but it just can't get through.
Yeah, it like bites onto it, but it's like
Numbing
not
on
quite
its
biting the
shoe.
flesh. Yeah, it's like
Right. Okay, so that is Bob.
Congratulations, he now has
This-
a rat on his shoe.
Can I use that? And then I'll shoot again?
I think since it's
Let's see.
That's bonus.
as long as you don't cast a leveled spell.
I am going to.
I don't
That
know.
is a bonus action. That's regular.
Yeah, but that's
That's
not.
fine.
Yeah, that's not a leveled spell though.
As my bonus action,
You can't cast 2 level spells at the same turn.
Yeah, so as long as it's not a leveled. So
No.
cantrip is not leveled.
as
Can't
my
do this
bonus action, I am going to cast Healing Word on Drex
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay.
at 3rd level.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is it your main action to command the beast?
Is that a bonus action?
Or does it just act independently?
No action is required.
Okay.
So I can give it commands without an action.
Perfect.
You heal for 10.
We should have known
I'll
that
take it.
from Sunday nights. I know we
In
just
the
had
zoo.
that week or two ago on Sunday.
I'll take the heals that I can get. That hurt a lot.
And then for my action,
Do you want me to heal you some more, or are you good?
I'm actually not too far off from where I was. Sorry.
Okay.
Next.
So you're saying hit me?
I'm pretty sure there's bigger threats right now.
Shot.
Yeah, but I always murder you in combat.
I don't know
I
why.
can't stop now.
Why?
You're always just right there.
I wasn't. It wasn't right there.
Having a good time, having a good time.
Okay, the bar fight wasn't my fault.
okay, as my
I swear.
action,
On the contrary.
It's a matter of opinion.
I
You
am
punched him in
going
the face.
to
An accident.
use the staff
Yep.
We'll use that in a bit.
to cast Create Water. In the back of the wagon. So there are 10 gallons of water in the back of the wagon. I have a purpose for it, but I need the water first.
Okay. Respect your chaos.
Okay.
I love it.
Everybody's belongings in the back of the wagon are now waterlogged
I think mine was in my tent, but you know.
and will
Move
be
over
frozen shortly.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Knox. Percy, you're next.
I keep
Uh,
I never use this feat or not. It's not a feat.
Feature?
Feature. I have a feature, and I always forget about it.
What is?
You'll find out.
Will I?
can-
Maybe.
Since I can see all of my allies,
Yeah.
See.
I am
See.
Is that Bob Barker thing?
nice.
I keep forgetting about it.
I hate Chihuahua.
Yeah. I'm going to cast third level Spirit Guardians as I'm not sure what that was.
It's Weird Al singing I Chihuahua.
That was you
I like big
impersonating
barks.
things.
Perfect.
Okay, you can't write that one down because I didn't say it.
That's true.
Okay, so I cast Spirit Guardians, so in a
15-foot radius from you.
15-foot radius. And since all of I can see my allies, they're safe. And
Would Nox be
That's
able to see me?
True. Give me a perception check.
because I was just going to walk forward and
Well, as of right now, as long as you're up in the tree, you're still in a range. But we'll see if she sees you. Did you get like it was a 17 on your?
it's cocked. God
Again.
damn, fuck.
No,
That's a natural 3.
probably not.
I had a
Unfortunately,
16.
don't see
I
Percy.
had a 13 and a 16, but both of them were cocked. So.
That's lucky.
Yeah, no, she probably would have saw him.
But either way, he is going to take.
However, Percy, you see it, and
Yeah,
you
but I
have
would-
you've seen it before, though.
Right, but I probably would not think. I mean, because in the past I've always been excluded. You know, it didn't hurt me, so if it so happens that I would get out of the tree, I would not let that affect my movement. Is how I'll put it.
15. And that will be my movement. That is my action.
And do they make saves immediately or at the start of their turn?
I just closed out of this.
I think it's at the beginning of their turn.
Beginning of their turn.
Yeah, I believe it's at the beginning of the turn.
We just went over this on Sundays because I had it up when I was.
An affected creature's
Done.
speed is halved
First
in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time, on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And technically, both of the enemies are within range.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And it leaves Percy
Move
out
to
of
action.
range.
Anything else?
That's what I was gonna check before I relook at the spell. I don't think I have anything else I can do for a bonus action that is not a spell, so. Yeah, no, we're good.
Percy.
I'm just trying to figure out where that giant actually is because 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's outside of my range increment. So I'd have
he
to,
would be in these
I would have to attack with disadvantage.
with what?
As my move action, I will draw my hand crossbow, and then as my standard action, I'll take a shot. So he is 35 feet away.
He's only 30 feet from you.
Okay, depends on which side of the tree you're counting me from.
Well, it's assuming that like anywhere the tree is, you could stay in it and move to that radius. So, like if you were to move to like here,
Okay.
basically on the other side,
Okay.
you could do that. Still be in the tree, move to the other side, and that would put you within 30 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to make an attack without disadvantage, just a regular attack. So yeah, that's a 10 on the die.
Actually, no, you have advantage on it. No one has hit the giant since it's been.
Yeah,
the
Chihuahua did.
Chihuahua.
Chawa tried to bite him, but missed.
Right.
But
But
it's
it's the
only
next
for the next
attack.
attack roll.
Okay.
That's okay. I got a 10 on the die for an 18 to hit the giant.
Yep.
Your guiding bolt oddly specific in this word. Yeah.
Yeah, not great, but not awful.
He had advantage on it because the Chihuahua has pack tactics.
So do you need the damage split up or just total? 18 points of damage.
A pack of angry chihuahuas.
Unless any of the damage you're
That's
doing
just
is
terrifying.
cold.
No, it's just piercing and sneak attack.
Would Drex know this?
What?
About the damage?
To not
I don't know how much interaction he's had with frost giants.
I mean, you're probably like maybe not interacted with them, but you've
I probably
definitely
wouldn't know that.
heard of them.
I probably wouldn't
Like
know that.
frost giants aren't uncommon around the mountain parts and stuff. So
I know of them, but I probably wouldn't know that.
give me. Let's go history.
I would choose.
Percy will then, as his bonus action, attempt to hide again.
Go for it.
I would choose. 4 for a 2.
I got a 10 for a 21 on my stealth.
Okay.
Gotta love the -2 intelligence.
Okay.
-2 intelligence. The only thing I have a plus in for my intelligence is Arcana.
Makes sense.
1.
Because you've got proficiency.
Anything else, Percy?
Because I'm proficient.
Nope, that's it. I moved, well, as a move action, I drew my crossbow. I standard action attacked, and I bonus action hit.
Okay. It's the mammoth's turn.
The mammoth's been beaten on pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. And it is going to attempt to stomp you, Kai. It's the... that is a 17 hit.
Yes.
Okay. 22 points. Bludgeoning. And that is all it can do, though, because it is surrounded.
Good. It doesn't need to do anything else.
DM rules, it makes an extra strike against Drex. Okay, so that's its turn, Drex.
Ow.
Awesome. Let's check it real fast on my summon here. See, like, bear with how I put it. To make sure I get it. He is going to attack the mammoth again. Although before I
And
did
then
that.
versus defense. I have a negative in strength.
But can't you use Dex for your attack damage?
I can, but when I throw things back, I use strength.
Yeah, sure. No,
Because
no.
throwing is strength based.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Everything else is dex. I have a -2 as my modifier
Okay,
for
that's all I
strength.
need to see. Oh yeah, he's gonna attack.
That meme of the kid flexing and then the muscle all falls down to the bottom of
His
his swing.
bite.
That's kind.
Ooh, 15 on the die. 22 to hit.
Hits.
On the mammoth or the big droid?
Mammoth. 8 damage.
Oh, are you rolling for the troll?
Yeah. And now here's 2 claws. Oh, so close. Above a 20 to hit. I don't know. I'm not mathing right now. 25. 12 damage. Another 25 to hit.
Yep.
For 8 more damage.
Okay.
You know, my turn, or for me, can I see the frost giant?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to hex him,
Okay.
and then I'm going to
That's a bonus action.
Yeah. Then I might Eldritch Blast it.
Go for it.
So you always forget to write your hex, dude.
I do.
Because hex
Well-
plates.
I get an extra d6 necrotic damage. 16 on the die. 23?
Yep.
Damage. With 4 of it being necrotic.
And that's on the giant, right?
Yep. No. 16 to hit?
Yep.
12 more damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else?
I believe I'm good.
Alright. Oh, I need to, on the mammoth's turn. Mammoth got a 15 on your spirit guardians.
Oh. Shit, right. That was the thing.
And the giants got a 10.
I know the giant will fail. Give me 1 second on the spirit guardian. What did you say the
15.
made it exactly?
Okay. So it takes half.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good roll damage.
Is it like 38 or something?
It was until my phone did a weird thing that took me clear back to my screen. 3d8, yes. And then half as much on.
I'll pass.
There it is. 11 total radiant damage.
Okay.
And
5 half.
5 halved.
I don't know if you round up or round down.
Don't you run? Yeah, run down.
Okay. So now it is the giant's turn. And it notices the ankle biter, but
The toe
it's just
nibbler.
kind of hanging on to like the side of his foot. Hasn't quite done any damage yet. He's not too concerned with it, so he's gonna keep beating on the troll, I think. Okay, one of them
Miss.
17.
Hits.
The other one crits.
Ooh, okay.
It works when I do it.
Does your summon troll have regeneration?
Sure does.
Probably, yeah. I don't think so.
That's specifically why I did it.
That Dion got a real salty look on his face.
Because I was thinking of a different, the other one, but I'm like, you know what?
I'd rather not deal with the other one right now.
No, the other one would have been just as good.
The
But
other one would have been fine, but we're saving the other one.
I'm saving him, and I specifically.
Is it the one I'm
So-
thinking of with the...
The first attack, the crit,
Mhm.
does
Hey!
67.
How much?
67.
Well, he's down.
That's a splatted troll.
He's down for now.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes its axe and basically just cuts it clean in half. Yeah.
I remembered to add health back.
Did you do the feature?
Hmm?
Did you do the
I'm gonna
feature thing?
beat on the mammoth again.
Go for it. Oh, he's not gonna. Okay.
It's a natural 13 for 19?
Yeah, it can't, like...
No.
No,
All right.
okay.
Because, like, normally how it would work is that if it hits something and it downs something, the next attack of the multi would continue hitting the downed creature.
But because technically it can, but it's not gonna do anything.
Exactly. So the attack basically just fizzles. Yeah.
Oh.
10 bludgeoning damage.
Yep. And that's the man, right?
Yep.
Okay. Gave us something no hurt.
Good.
Second attack.
Yep.
That's a crit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, son.
Get it.
12.
Still kicking.
Literally.
I rolled a 1 on my damage die.
Unfortunate.
Literally.
Should I flurry? Or should I,
I mean,
just
we're
take my
about
bonus
to.
action?
At some point, me and you will be going into a rest. So
That's true.
at some point.
Perhaps.
I'll flurry the mammoth.
Well, some sort of rest.
Yeah, exactly. It's 6 feet
Might be
under.
permanent rest.
You flurry.
Yeah.
Level 6, right?
Yes.
Seer.
Natural 18.
Please.
God fucking. Another minimum damage for 4.
Yes, still alive.
Second attack.
The amount of cursing we
Son
will,
of a bitch.
we
It's an
will
8.
do in these
8
episodes.
misses. Yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Mammoth.
Wow.
It'll be amazed if we do not get demonetized. Demonetized or shut down for violating YouTube's guidelines.
Mr. Mammoth can make an opportunity attack if he so wishes, but I'm gonna back the fuck up.
Mr. Mammoth will, yes. He's freaking the fuck out.
He's getting his shit rocked right now.
That poor mammoth.
That's a natural one. Nope.
And I'm gonna go over here. I'm like, nah, that thing hurt me last time. I don't want to get stepped on again.
He's panicking.
Theo.
Well,
Then
we'll start with Bob, who will try to bite.
I expect a stomp coming my way.
That's a 10.
If it
So I'm
gets
assuming
that
there's a reason why you summoned a chihuahua. I haven't figured out what it was yet.
It's a 10 to hit.
hit the giant
For
Yeah,
the
with pack
laughs.
tactics.
Yes. I rolled a 5 and a 7.
No, unfortunately, that doesn't hit.
If he hits, it's 1d8 plus 6 damage.
Wow, really?
That's a mean chihuahua.
That's a giant chihuahua. That's one of those that like it opens its mouth and you're like, here, it's not that bad, and then all of its teeth like.
His bite is worse than the troll's bite.
Then I'm going to use the staff to control water.
Okay.
Drawing the water that I created in the wagon, and I'm going to redirect the flow of that water out of the wagon, across the ground, and up the giant, till it wraps around his face.
Are you gonna drown the giant?
Are you attempting to blind it?
And suffocate it. It's 10 gallons of water.
Okay.
Shenanigans.
So I will let you pick either or. You can either attempt to suffocate it or you can attempt to blind it.
Blinding it is probably my first choice.
Okay.
Giving it some disadvantage on its attacks.
Considering it hits like a truck? Yes!
I would like the option to change that direction at some future turn if necessary.
As an action,
Yes.
you can attempt to do
That's
so,
fine.
sure.
Con save?
I don't know if I want to have you make a spell attack roll or give him a saving throw of some kind.
Well, roll a d20. Evens this, odds the other.
Just
Right.
bring out a D2
How do you
and
stop
keep
moving
going.
water?
Sure. Make a spell attack roll. Hit your target.
Spell attack. Okay. So d20 plus 6. That's a 16.
16 hits. This. You guys see Theo as he takes the stab and he's like, and you just see water just rise into the wagon. And he's like, yes, yes. It's
all
all
coming
like
together.
fighting the mammoth and the giants cutting trolls in half. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then after a minute, he turns the staff around to the other side. And he's like,
Cronk.
and the water just comes flying out of the wagon. The giant puts its axe on its back, proud of itself for cleaving this troll in half, as it looks up as this 10 gallons of water just rain to its
I'm
face.
pretty sure there's some socks and whatnot in there as well. Whatever was loose.
It's got
in
the
back.
crusty Speedo right here.
All the silverware from the wagon.
Everything that is not tied down is now in that water.
Okay. Anything else, Theo?
Let's see. That was my action. No, I think that is fine for me.
Okay. Nox. And then Percy.
Going to keep my spirit guardians up. I'm going
Oh, yeah, the giant was a water balloon.
to
Super soaker.
do. 5 step this way. So the troll is no more. Yes.
It's blinded.
No, the troll.
Troll.
Oh. Currently.
Okay.
It would be unconscious. Right?
Technically.
Kind of. It's unconscious, but it's also.
It's below 0
It's
at the moment.
It's
Until
in
its
2
turn.
pieces.
Yes.
Until its turn,
Would
it's
it-
below 0.
Benefit from a healing spell, or since it's a summon, how'd that work?
I would say. I mean, technically, you could still target it with a healing spell if you wanted to.
Is it technically an actual creature, or is it just like
Actually-
a spirit?
Or
What
is
does the spell say?
Let me
If the creature goes to 0 hit points, does the spell fizzle?
check that. 'Cause that may be.
Okay.
Because it may be gone.
Then I will do something else.
Yeah, it does say that.
Okay.
So it's gone.
Okay. Different game plan. I will cast a.
And they're considered to be
Yeah.
undead.
No. Okay.
In that case, Bob wouldn't have had advantage on the attack, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm just going to cast another second level guiding bolt at the giant.
Go for it.
I
The
almost-
blinded giant.
I literally almost called it a troll. 14. I think.
14 just misses.
Does he get any negatives to his AC if he's blinded?
Not if it's blinded.
Or do you get advantage to hit?
Oh.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, yes.
Okay.
And he also fails any saving throws that require sight.
15.
Huh.
15 hits.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
16, my bad. I can math.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Hits.
Yeah, you're right. It is D6. And this attack roll made against this blinded now glowing giant 15 again.
15 damage.
Yeah, again.
Yes, ma'am.
Radiant damage. Mood, action, Spirit Guardians. The mammoth is just outside of my Spirit Guardians, but the troll is not. Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Percy.
Nox just put me into a quandary. Because I should take this round to reload my crossbow.
It's only a bonus action to reload it.
Is
He
it?
doesn't have crossbow expert. It still takes an action.
Pretty sure it takes a full action. Because I don't have, I don't have crossbow.
There it is!
I know it has the loading property.
I'm pretty sure you can load and fire.
You can, because you can load as a move action, and then you can fire as a standard.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was just
So I will use my free action to drop my dagger, move action to load crossbow, standard action to shoot with advantage.
It's
Go
either,
for it. Which
Which
shoot?
The giant.
it was either a car
Yes. The mammoth with 4 hit points lives to get another attack.
23?
Yeah.
You're telling me if I hadn't rolled my damage 3 times, I would have.
Oh, that's
Or
much
had
better.
you hit the last attack, the minimum damage would kill it.
Damn.
22 points of damage to the giant.
Ow!
I unfortunately will not be focusing on.
No, he doesn't. He's probably free.
No.
We can call it after the combat then.
No, we're fine. I mean,
It's after 8 anyway, so
he's
if.
probably just hiding under the bed.
Poor rock.
Let him hit.
As long as you don't crit.
That's one of the benefits of always having, when you have a dog, they're always hunting dogs. Those kind of things don't bother. My dog used to sit on the front porch with me and watch the fireworks.
Shakira doesn't care. The only thing she really gives a
Percy, anything
about
else?
is training.
Bonus action to hide again. Because my move action was to load, standard action to shoot. 16 on the die for a 27.
You hear from somewhere, he has no idea where you are, but you hear, "Attaboy, Percy!"
Mammoth has 2 different targets to pick from, I think.
Looks like it.
Between Theo and...
Theo and Drex.
Yes.
It could just attack the campfire.
Well, odds are even.
I'm sure it just doesn't like that campfire.
Even, Steven!
Yeah!
Theo!
Wait, no, yeah!
The mammoth is attempting to stomp you! 19.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Did you? The sword's not in range anymore?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was going to do something else.
Oh.
But I didn't.
Whew. That's definitely a car. Come on now.
I just
Stomps you for 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
No problem.
I already admit
You
I have a
ordered 3
problem.
books and a set of dice and we've been
well,
here.
alright.
That's true. It's not like
I
they're going
think
to waste.
that's probably a failed concentration say or roll.
How much
Is it-
damage was it?
32.
32.
She has to roll a 16.
16.
Let's see, that's a con save, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh! Bob is still there!
Yes!
I rolled up 20.
Yes!
Of all the things in the world,
It was a dirty 20, but I rolled a 20.
Bob believes.
I believe in Bob.
Alright, well.
We love us some tiny chihuahua.
I was gonna do more, but
It's okay.
I believe in you guys to handle the 4 hit
I'll
point
take
mammoth.
the mammoth out first with Red Shoulder's Blast with a 21 to hit.
Can you get,
Yep.
can you get the soul if you kill it?
Well, I just killed it, so.
See
For the
it?
moment, I'll take the mammoth. For the moment.
You throw a master ball and catch the mammoth.
Oh boy!
That was a big one.
Next, I focus on the
That's what
giant.
she said.
It's never
To
what
be
she
honest-
You knew that was coming.
Yeah,
That's
to
what
be
she
honest-
said.
To be honest, I've never said that. I've always thought, oh.
24 to hit the giant.
Yup.
Because he's hit. Woo! Max damage, baby.
He's blind.
18.
Yeah, did you roll with advantage?
Oh shit!
Case crit.
I did not. That is crit. 18.
18!
Max damage.
Yes, sir.
We might be in for a doozy one tonight.
Anything
And
else?
until tomorrow.
We can use the rain.
Not good. I ain't getting close.
The 10-point frost giant lives to swing his axe blindly at the Chihuahua.
Not Bob!
It's the only thing there.
Why is it the entire time I just keep hearing the song from the Mountain Climber game?
Yeah!
So my attack at disadvantage against Bob was a 15 on one die and a natural 20 on the other.
Ah!
He's gonna get crit, but he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, because his armor class is 13.
So that's a 24 to hit Bob.
Why did I hit the giant, so I can still take the giant. I may take the giant instead of the mammoth.
25 points to Bob.
Bob is still alive with 5 hit
Damn it!
left.
He may yet make it to the showcase showdown!
He has another attack, damn it! It's a 17 to hit Bob.
That hits.
Yes!
Bobby's dead.
He's dead.
You didn't want to die by the troll? Or the
No.
chihuahua?
Actually, let's see how much he's dead. That's wrong.
You really hate this chihuahua.
You want the chihuahua to take it out?
For 17 points.
It would be a shame if your giant would have died to a chihuahua.
That's freaking
I
hilarious.
refuse.
He would have lied
I
about how
don't
many hit
have
points
much,
he had.
but I have my pride.
He would have missed again on his next attack. It would have been a 14 to hit.
Oh my god.
You see the giant is blind, it's just swinging its axe, and you just hear.
Oh, the wind's really picked up.
It explodes into
I can hear it.
ether.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think that's just the wind. I think it's rain.
Oh, there's some nasty lightning around. Oh, there it is.
We are got in for it tonight. Okay.
Is that still technically within a 5 foot?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's in square 2.
You gonna do it?
I'm gonna beat on this thing.
I believe in you, Bish. I believe in you.
She's just at this point. She's just like, you killed Bob. Ah! Natural 19.
So close.
Hits.
It's so far away. Max damage.
You called it, dude.
I got you.
It's an 11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I just want to start running and just
Go straight for the nuts.
no. I'm just gonna jump. You killed Bob, and I'm gonna crack the staff right across his face where the water kind of sits. Just whoosh.
Trying to tell me you just leapt 20 feet into the air to hit this thing in the face?
Hell yeah.
I'll step in the wind if I have to double my jump.
Fucking monks.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
So you remember how I said I wanted the mammoth?
Yeah.
I want the frost roll.
No.
We just got the tail end of it.
Aww.
So it's almost done.
Or frost giant, not troll.
I don't mind the rain, the thunder and lightning.
Yep.
I'm not too thrilled with.
I was hoping for a decent storm.
Yeah.
What's its CR?
8.
Can you have
Maybe you're in for it when I get there.
He can have them, he can't summon them until that level.
So would you make me use that step of the wind to get up that higher? Because it was really just
I
flavor.
was just gonna shit, yeah.
I've been waiting for
Monks
you.
anyway.
He's trying to find a place to hide.
Oh, poor
Poor Jane.
baby. Jenna, he reminds me of Blake.
Oh god, yeah.
That our brother had a German Shepherd Collie cross that every time like firework booms or anything like that would go, he would literally eat holes in the chain link fence to get out.
Damn.
Okay, well, that's the end of combat.
Um,
I just kind of land. Toof.
before we do that, I'm gonna gather everyone in my range of 60 feet. I'm going to use my
Done?
last 3rd level spell to cast Mass Healing Word.
Sure.
Yeah.
Please. I took a 22 damage hit and that hurt. Bad.
So everyone is going to take
Everyone's going next to the party. Have a real good time.
Yes.
10 points of healing.
Are we dancing in the desert?
Na 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 na.
I knew you went with that.
least I'm back over half.
I'm only 2 shy of full.
That is why I was hesitant to cast Cindy. I only have 3 third levels.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
I'll take the 3
level.
levels I get if I have them. That's how many spells I have total.
Oh, that's right, because you have to cast everything at max
Ooh,
level.
you just got it too.
Are you still potentially down a lot?
I'm down 12.
Okay. I could sacrifice a first level heal.
You
We're
have-
going to get a long rest.
You have the fallen corpses of a mammoth,
Percy climbs
now
down.
freshly returned to the world.
Percy climbs down out of the tree
I
and
thought about trading something else out, but I think I'm gonna stick with what I got.
scoops up his dagger that he dropped
So
and
what have you
then
got?
I have
climbs
a
back up
frost
the tree.
giant, a red wyvern, and a hydra.
That's a stacked team there.
That's a collection.
Wait till I get another one. I'm only a few levels away from having 4.
Going to do anything with this mammoth that we need to roll for?
Uh-oh.
Should we wait until morning?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can't pick the pockets of the frost giant.
Yeah, I was just saying like for meat or anything.
Frost giant might have had coin.
And his loincloth?
You never know.
Coin is coin!
never know, he might have had some divinite in his pocket that he found.
Yeah.
But he keeps putting them in his sword before we can check them.
Is that a troll in your pocket or you just happy
Right.
to see us? Yeah. Sir, I don't know. The mammoth is a bit too big for us to harvest really much of it. Unless we want to try to attach like its tusk or something to our cart. For like ivory or something.
I don't know, in real life, I mean, ancient man used to hunt mammoth for food, so I don't know why we couldn't try to butcher it if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's
Or
what
at
I,
least take part of the mammoth skins and
that's what I was asking.
have
Anything
blankets
that we,
and bedding and
anything
stuff.
that we need to roll for.
Anyone would like to harvest something? One person can make a survival check with
I
advantage.
would, but I have such bad numbers on
What are
anything
your,
that we
what's
would
your
use.
survival?
mine's +5.